Researchers have now confirmed something that should change the way every person over 60 thinks about their day. Your daily routine, the specific order and timing of what you eat, when you move, how you sleep, and what you do first thing in the morning, is either actively repairing your body or actively breaking it down. Every single day, with no neutral ground in between. Most people assume their health is determined by their diagnosis, their age, or their genetics. The science says something very different. Studies involving tens of thousands of older adults show that daily routine structure accounts for up to 40% of the difference in biological aging between people of the same chronological age. That means two people who are both 70 years old can have bodies that function like they are 55 or 85, based almost entirely on what they do and when they do it each day. Today I am going to show you exactly what the research says a healing daily routine looks like. By the end of this video, you will have a clear, step-by-step plan you can begin implementing tomorrow morning. To understand why your daily routine has such a powerful effect on your body after 60, you need to understand one fundamental biological system, your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is your body's master internal clock. It is not just one clock. It is actually a network of clocks, one in your brain and individual clocks in every major organ, your heart, your liver, your pancreas, your immune system, your gut. When you are young, these clocks stay synchronized. They all tick together in harmony. Your body knows when to release certain hormones, when to repair cells, when to digest food, when to activate immune defenses, and when to rest. Think of it like an orchestra. When all the instruments play in time, the music is beautiful and powerful. But after 60, something important changes. The conductor, the master clock in your brain, begins to lose its authority. The individual instruments start drifting out of sync. Your liver thinks it is noon when your brain thinks it is morning. Your immune system activates at the wrong time. Your cortisol peaks when it should be low. This desynchronization of your internal clocks is one of the primary drivers of accelerated aging, chronic disease, poor sleep, low energy, weight gain, and cognitive decline in older adults. And here is the most important thing I want you to understand. This is not your fault. It is a natural biological change, but it is significantly reversible. Because the clocks in your body respond to external signals, light, food timing, movement, temperature, and social interaction. Change those signals consistently, and your clocks begin to resynchronize. Your biology begins to heal. So why does restructuring your daily routine work so powerfully as a healing intervention? The answer is that your body is not just responding to what you do. It is responding to when you do it. The same food eaten at 7 in the morning produces a very different metabolic response than the same food eaten at 9 at night. The same exercise done at a consistent time each day produces better results than the same exercise done randomly. The same sleep window maintained every night restores deep sleep stages that irregular schedules disrupt. Hundreds of studies in the field of chronobiology, the science of biological timing, have confirmed that timing is a medicine in itself. Researchers have found that aligning your daily behaviors with your natural biological rhythms reduces inflammatory markers, improves insulin sensitivity, enhances immune response, supports brain health, and extends what scientists call health span, the number of years you feel genuinely well, not just alive. This science is not experimental. It is established, and it is completely accessible to you. Let me show you exactly what it looks like in practice, ranked from helpful to absolutely essential. Habit number 8, eating your last meal earlier. Most people eat their largest meal in the evening and then sit or lie down for hours afterward. This is one of the most disruptive things you can do to your metabolic clock. Your pancreas and digestive organs are calibrated to handle food most efficiently in the first half of the day. Insulin sensitivity, your body's ability to manage blood sugar, is naturally higher in the morning and drops steadily through the afternoon and evening. Eating large meals at night when insulin sensitivity is at its lowest causes blood sugar spikes, disrupts sleep hormones, increases fat storage, and drives inflammation. Research shows that older adults who move their evening meal earlier, finishing by 6 or 7 in the evening, experience a 15% improvement in insulin sensitivity, better sleep quality, and lower morning blood pressure within 4 weeks. Warning: this is not about eating less. It is about eating earlier. Caloric restriction without proper guidance can be harmful for older adults who are already at risk for muscle loss. Practical tip: shift dinner 30 minutes earlier each week until you reach your target time. Gradual shifts are more sustainable and easier on your digestion than abrupt changes. Score: 6 out of 10. Habit number 7. Avoiding screens in the first and last hour of the day. This one directly affects your master clock. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and televisions suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals your brain to begin its repair and sleep cycle. Using screens within the first hour of waking floods your brain with stimulation before your cortisol awakening response. A natural and healthy morning cortisol peak has had time to run its course properly. Using screens in the last hour before bed delays melatonin release by up to 90 minutes. This means you fall asleep later, get less deep sleep, and wake up less restored, even if you spend the same number of hours in bed. Research shows that eliminating screens for 60 minutes before bed improves deep sleep duration by an average of 22 minutes per night. Over a month, that adds up to more than 10 hours of additional deep restorative sleep. Warning: many people use their phone as an alarm. This leads to checking the phone the moment they wake up. Use a simple bedside alarm clock instead. The phone should stay outside the bedroom entirely if possible. Practical tip: charge your phone in a different room. Buy a simple alarm clock. This one physical change removes the temptation entirely. Score: 7 out of 10. Habit number 6. Drinking water first thing in the morning. Your body loses approximately 1 liter of water overnight through breathing and natural processes. You wake up mildly dehydrated every single morning. Even mild dehydration, as little as 1 to 2% of body weight, measurably impairs cognitive function, increases fatigue, raises blood pressure, and slows digestion. For older adults, the sensation of thirst becomes less reliable with age. This means you can be significantly dehydrated without feeling thirsty. Studies show that many older adults are chronically mildly dehydrated throughout the day without knowing it, and this contributes to brain fog, constipation, fatigue, and kidney stress. Drinking 16 ounces of water, roughly 2 glasses, within 30 minutes of waking improves morning alertness, kickstarts digestion, and helps regulate blood pressure. Research shows this simple habit reduces morning systolic blood pressure by an average of 5 to 8 points in older adults. Warning: if you are on fluid restriction due to heart or kidney conditions, speak to your doctor before increasing water intake. Practical tip: place a glass of water on your nightstand before you go to bed. The moment you wake up, drink it before you do anything else. The water is already there. There is no decision to make. Score: 7 out of 10. Habit number 5. Consistent wake time every day. This is the single most important anchor for your entire circadian system. Your master clock in the brain sets its daily rhythm based primarily on one signal: what time you open your eyes and expose yourself to light. When your wake time is consistent, every downstream process, cortisol release, digestion, immune activation, sleep hormone production, happens at the right time and in the right sequence. When your wake time is inconsistent, sleeping in on weekends, staying up late, and waking late, it creates what researchers call social jet lag. Your body is essentially flying from New York to London and back every week without leaving your house. The physiological disruption is comparable to actual jet lag. Studies show that older adults with inconsistent wake times have 35% higher rates of metabolic disorder, significantly worse sleep quality, and higher inflammatory markers than those with consistent schedules, even when total sleep hours are the same. Warning: many people try to compensate for poor sleep by sleeping in. This actually worsens the problem by pushing the circadian rhythm later. Consistency matters more than extra hours. Practical tip: choose a wake time you can maintain every single day, including weekends. Set it 30 minutes earlier than your current average if needed. Stick to it for 30 days without exception. Score: 8 out of 10. Habit number 4. Morning sunlight within 1 hour of waking. Light is the most powerful signal your master clock receives. And the specific light that resets your clock most effectively is outdoor natural light, especially in the morning. When bright light enters your eyes within the first hour of waking, it triggers a cascade of biological events. Cortisol, your healthy morning alertness hormone, peaks properly. Serotonin production increases. Your dopamine system activates. And 14 to 16 hours later, your melatonin production begins on schedule, helping you fall asleep naturally and reach deep sleep faster. Research shows that older adults who get 10 to 30 minutes of outdoor morning light daily fall asleep 83% faster, sleep longer, report better mood, and score higher on cognitive tests than those who receive little morning light. Warning: window glass filters out most of the ultraviolet and short wavelength light your clock needs. Sitting near a window is better than nothing, but stepping outside, even for 10 minutes, is dramatically more effective. Practical tip: combine morning light with something you already do. Drink your morning water outside. Walk to the end of your street and back. Sit in your garden with your tea. Stack the habit with something existing, and it becomes effortless. Score: 8 out of 10. Habit number 3, daily movement throughout the day, not just one session. Many people think of exercise as one block of activity they either do or do not do each day. The research on sedentary behavior tells a very different story. Sitting for 90 minutes or more continuously activates a specific inflammatory response. The enzyme lipoprotein lipase, which processes fats in the blood, drops by 90% after just 90 minutes of sitting. Blood sugar regulation worsens. Circulation slows. Lymphatic flow decreases. What matters for your biology is not just whether you exercise. It is how often you interrupt sitting throughout the day. Studies show that breaking up sitting every 30 to 60 minutes with just 2 to 3 minutes of movement, standing, walking to the kitchen, doing a few chair squats, reduces post-meal blood sugar spikes by 30%, improves circulation, and lowers afternoon fatigue significantly. Warning: a 1-hour workout does not cancel out 8 hours of sitting. Both matter independently. You need both structured exercise and frequent movement breaks. Practical tip: set a gentle alarm or reminder on your watch or phone every 45 minutes during the hours you are typically sitting. When it goes off, stand up and walk for 2 to 3 minutes. That is all it takes. Score: 8 out of 10. Habit number 2, a wind-down ritual before sleep. Your nervous system needs a transition between the active demands of the day and the restorative state of sleep. Most people make this transition abruptly, or not at all, and their sleep suffers significantly as a result. A structured wind-down ritual, done consistently at the same time each night, signals your brain and body that sleep is approaching. This triggers melatonin release, lowers core body temperature, slows heart rate, and reduces cortisol. All of these changes are prerequisites for reaching deep restorative sleep. Research shows that older adults who practice a consistent 30-minute wind-down routine increase their deep sleep by an average of 18% and report significantly higher morning energy and better daytime cognitive function within 2 weeks. Warning: the wind down must be genuinely calming. Reading stressful news, having difficult conversations, watching intense television, or reviewing financial worries in the final 30 minutes before bed all activate cortisol and directly counteract the process. Practical tip: choose 3 calming activities you enjoy and do them in the same order every night. For example, a warm shower, light reading in dim light, then 5 minutes of slow breathing. The repetition of the sequence itself becomes the sleep trigger over time. Score: 9 out of 10. Habit number 1, anchoring your morning with purpose before stimulation. This is the most powerful daily habit change supported by the research, and it is the one most people never think about. Here is what most people do in the first 10 minutes after waking. They reach for their phone. They check messages, news, social media, or email. Within seconds, their nervous system has received dozens of external inputs, problems to solve, things to react to, information to process. Their cortisol, which should be rising naturally and smoothly as part of the healthy cortisol awakening response, instead spikes sharply in reaction to stressors. This sets the biological tone for the entire day. Elevated reactive cortisol in the morning suppresses immune function, increases blood sugar, accelerates muscle breakdown, disrupts digestion, and establishes a stress baseline that persists for hours. Research on the cortisol awakening response shows that how you spend the first 20 to 30 minutes after waking has a measurable effect on your immune, metabolic, and cognitive function for the rest of the day. People who begin their mornings with calming, intentional activity, breathing, gentle movement, quiet reflection, prayer, journaling, have significantly lower all-day cortisol levels, better immune markers, and higher reported well-being than those who begin with reactive screen use. Warning: this requires protecting your morning with intentionality. Many people feel they cannot start the day without checking messages immediately. Begin with just 10 minutes of phone-free time. That is enough to begin changing your biology. Practical tip: leave your phone in another room overnight. When you wake, drink your water. Step outside for morning light. Do 5 minutes of slow breathing. Only then, after these anchoring activities, allow yourself to check your phone. This sequence takes 20 minutes total, and the research shows it can change the entire trajectory of how your body functions that day. Score: 10 out of 10. Now let me give you the exact implementation plan. Tomorrow morning, begin with 2 changes only. Leave your phone outside your bedroom tonight. And drink a glass of water the moment you wake up before you do anything else. Do only those 2 things for the first 3 days. Let them settle into habit before adding more. By day 3, add morning sunlight. Just 10 minutes outside within the first hour of waking. Combine it with your water or your morning tea. After 1 week, add the movement breaks. Set a reminder every 45 minutes during your sitting hours. Stand and walk for 2 minutes each time. After 2 weeks, begin your wind-down ritual. Choose your 3 calming evening activities and do them in the same order every night, starting 30 minutes before your intended sleep time. By the end of 1 month, here is what consistent practice of these habits produces, based on the research. Noticeably deeper and more restorative sleep. Clearer thinking in the morning. More stable energy throughout the day without the afternoon crash. Lower resting blood pressure. Better digestion. Reduced joint stiffness. An immeasurable improvement in mood that the people around you will notice even before you do. Small daily habits create big results over time. That is the science speaking, not motivation. Now let me warn you about the 5 mistakes that undo all of this progress. The first mistake is implementing too many changes at once. Your willpower is a finite resource. Adding 8 new habits in week 1 almost always leads to complete abandonment by week 2. Sequence is everything. Build one at a time. The second mistake is treating weekends differently. Your circadian clock does not recognize weekends. Sleeping in by 2 hours on Saturday and Sunday creates enough rhythm disruption to significantly reduce the benefits you built Monday through Friday. The third mistake is not telling your doctor what you are changing. Some of these habits, particularly earlier meal timing and increased activity, can affect how your medications work. Always keep your healthcare provider informed. The fourth mistake is expecting to feel dramatically different in 3 days. Some changes are noticeable quickly. Others take 2 to 4 weeks of consistency before the biology shifts. Do not judge the process by day 4. The fifth mistake is skipping the morning anchoring habit on busy days. Those are precisely the days you need it most. A chaotic morning locks in a high cortisol day. A calm morning buffers against the chaos ahead. I want to speak directly to you for a moment. You may have been living with a daily routine for decades without ever questioning it. Most people have. The structure of modern life, screens, schedules, artificial light, packaged convenience food, quietly erodes the biological rhythms that kept our grandparents healthy without them ever having to think about it. Our grandparents rose with the sun. They ate meals at consistent times. They moved throughout the day without structured exercise. They wound down naturally in the evenings. They slept in darkness. They woke without alarms screaming at them or news feeds demanding their attention before they had even fully opened their eyes. They were not more disciplined. They were just living in a more biologically aligned way. And their bodies rewarded them for it. You can reclaim that alignment. Not by going back in time, but by making deliberate choices about when and how you structure your modern day. Your body is not giving up on you. It is waiting for better signals. Give it consistent light, consistent timing, consistent calm, and consistent movement, and it will respond. That is not hope. That is how human biology is designed to work. Here is your 30-day challenge. Tonight, Charge your phone in another room. Place a glass of water on your nightstand. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, drink that water. Then step outside for 10 minutes before you check any device. Write in a small notebook your energy out of 10, your mood out of 10, your sleep quality out of 10, your mental clarity out of 10. Review those numbers every 7 days. At day 30, compare them to day 1. The research predicts you will be genuinely surprised. Not because something dramatic happened, but because something steady and quiet happened. Your body found its rhythm again. The single most important message from today is this: your daily routine is not neutral. Every morning, every meal, every evening, your habits are sending signals to your biology. Make those signals healing ones. Protect your health starting today. Not next week. Not after the next appointment. Today. If this video helped you, please give it a like. It helps other people who need this information find it. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss a video designed specifically for your health and your life. And please share this with someone you care about who could use a fresh start. You have more power over how you age than you have ever been told. Start using it.